our card opening matchup here at Apollo MMA. Simon, you touched on it. 2 minutes on the clock there. It is a sprint. And SKANDER CHAOUCH knew the assignment. He came sprinting out immediately, but a big takedown there from MUKELE. CHAOUCH back to his feet, and they are wasting no time getting busy.
No, there is absolutely no time being wasted here. Oh, referee stopping there. The head guard coming a little bit loose there for SKANDER CHAOUCH, which just gives everybody the chance just to breathe for a second, because that was a little bit of a crazy opening. Both looking to throw heavy leather from the very off.
Yeah, definitely take a little break, man. That was an all-out sprint. We always say, I mean, it is a sprint when you're, especially in these 2-minute rounds. Not a lot of time to work on the ground, but man, they just went right at it. SKANDER CHAOUCH continues to press forward. Big front kick to the chest there as well. The spinning kick to the body. MUKELE looking to change things up, perhaps.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to nullify that striking attack. I think CHAOUCH has got a little bit of reach on him, managing to get him on the end of his punches early on. And I think he's just trying to rough him up a little bit, make it a little bit of a dirty fight. Yeah,
the aggression there is clean. The left hand landed clean as they restarted there. And it has been a fast pace to start the action tonight. CHAOUCH getting the best of it, throws a kick to the body. MUKELE catches it though, drops him on the ground, but CHAOUCH rolls through and ends up on top.
That's nicely done by CHAOUCH. He just reversed in there, looked like he was going to be on the bottom, just kept the momentum rolling. Now he's in a very, very good position. Let's see what offense he's got on the ground.
Yeah, you see he's moved to mount there. MUKELE looking to switch that up. CHAOUCH reestablishing the position. Looking to ground and pound from the top, and as you said, it was all thanks to that sweep. Beautiful timing there to just roll through, not accepting the bottom position. And now he's on top looking to deliver damage, looking to maybe, as you say, it's actually MUKELE who had the wrist control there. Thought maybe he might try to isolate that left arm, but
he's looking for an ankle there for a second. Just giving him something to think about.
You can lean back on a straight ankle lock in the amateur rules. No spinning kicks, or spinning attacks, I should say, on the submissions. Now reversal of position as they scramble there, and it's MUKELE who's on top. You hear the clapper there for the final 10 seconds. The opening matchup here at Apollo MMA 1. A little bit of history being made there. The first round in the books in the debut edition of Apollo MMA.
And MUKELE there just didn't quite have enough time to get to work on the ground. That's where he wanted it all the way through that first round. Got reversed earlier on, but getting that first 2 minutes out of the system. Let's see what kind of adrenaline dump we have at the end of this. Now that I think we'll see a more balanced round, perhaps it'll be a little bit more considered with what they're doing. They've had that crazy first 2 minutes.
Yeah, you talk about the nerves. I mean, as you look there, SKANDER CHAOUCH looking very calm, cool, and relaxed. But, you know, did he empty the gas tank, so to speak, in that opening round? I mean, it was all-out sprint from the start. But, man, you know, you touched on the nerves and the adrenaline and everything that's on display here. It can get to you very quickly. You may say to yourself, 2 minutes, that's not very long. But, man, when you're in a fist fight, the energy can deplete very quickly.
Well, they certainly produced plenty of output in those 2 minutes. I mean, they produced enough output in the first 25 seconds that to sort of fill 3 rounds. I think they were just absolutely swinging for the fences. Let's see how we go as they head into round 2.
Got to think that was a round that SKANDER CHAOUCH put in the bank. We'll see how things unfold if MUKELE is able to make any adjustments moving into round 2. Certainly, I imagine, it looks like CHAOUCH wants to be just as aggressive, and he does. Sprints across. This time, MUKELE's ready for it. Look at that, the immediate takedown, and this time, he's able to establish top position.
Right, let's see what he's got in the locker now. Can he hold that position and unload some offense? He was in this position at the end of the round, and time ran out on him. Now he's got the entire round to deal with it. And look at that, swept beautifully. And now CHAOUCH is the one on top.
Yeah, another beautiful sweep. I mean, basic sweep there, right? Just buck and roll.
Yep.
But it worked for him. He kind of tried to power out at first. MUKELE was able to counter and keep him there, but not the second time around, and CHAOUCH is on top.
MUKELE trying to be active on the bottom there. Look at them maybe trying to isolate a shoulder, maybe even go for a triangle choke. But
yeah, you saw that right leg sneaking up a little bit. CHAOUCH felt that, was able to drive the leg back down, and now setting up in the open guard of his opponent. CHAOUCH again looking to posture. MUKELE's able to create some space, and CHAOUCH backs away, lets him return to the feet, and meets him immediately with a high kick and a front kick to the face as well. But MUKELE comes storming back. Flurry of shots on the feet. Fast-paced action once again. CHAOUCH looking for the toss and stop there. MUKELE hits the inside trip, and he's on top, back and forth round.
The momentum is swinging one way and the other. There's just no one can get a real foothold in this fight. Just when it looks like CHAOUCH is on top, MUKELE takes over and vice versa. And is there...
Look at the reddened nose there on CHAOUCH. Took a couple shots there and looks maybe a little bit uncomfortable, kind of a grimace there. Trying to buck and roll once again. Again, simple sweep, but that's, you know, jiu-jitsu 101. You can't leave your hips flat on the ground. You've got to adjust them. He does that. MUKELE is able to slide out, steps over to mount.
And this all started with MUKELE receiving a head kick.
Yes, it did.
And all of a sudden he like flipped a switch, and then he just went into full berserker mode, landed 4 or 5 strikes, and then got the takedown.
You heard the clap there. Final seconds ticking away here in round number 2. Man, what a round that was. Very exciting. I tend to lean on the side of this being even going into the third.
I certainly think it was a closer round because there was success on both sides when it comes to the strike. Big head kick, of course, from SKANDER CHAOUCH. But yeah, I think MUKELE's the one who had the lion's share of the dominance in that round in terms of the striking, certainly in terms of the grappling. So I would say it's 1-1 heading into the third.
Yeah, if you're MUKELE, I probably don't want to bank on that because, as you said, it was a close round. CHAOUCH did have moments as well, so he could be up 2-0, but we'll take a look at the replays here. And there, as you said, it was that high kick, and MUKELE just came alive after that. The front kick to the face followed, but here comes those flurry of shots moving forward. Big punches. I think that's where the nose was reddened up that we saw. And then into the takedown here shortly after. You see that, the failed throw there. The beautiful little sweep. I thought it was an inside trip, actually outside on the side there, and set up in top position. Great action back and forth. My highly unofficial scorecard, I've got it even, but like I said, if you're MUKELE, I wouldn't bank on that because CHAOUCH did have some rounds in there.
We could be in for a very, very lively 2 minutes to end this fight.
I love it. Full sprint, yes, right at it again. They need no reminder. CHAOUCH this time able to get on top as they battled in that position. But
he wants to triangle.
Arm. He's on the wrong side to get the armbar, but he's still got it secured in there. Look at maybe trying to set up on an omoplata there, using it as a sweep at least. Beautiful work there. MUKELE coming alive again.
And what he's doing here, he's just completely denying CHAOUCH any space to work at all. Even when they separate, he's straight back into it again, and he's just smothering him now.
Gorgeous work there. Advances the side control, keeping the chest pressure heavy. CHAOUCH is against the cage, so he's got some limited options into his movements, and you see MUKELE not waiting, continuing to pummel away at the body.
And this is happening literally like 2 feet from our commentary position. You can hear the effort being put into these ground strikes from MUKELE.
Nearing the final minute here, CHAOUCH on his back. Again, you see him trying to buck and roll. He's used that sweep a few times. MUKELE gets a warning there for grabbing the cage there. He's bucked a little bit, used it to reestablish position, but he is on top, driving away again. He's going to get another warning there too. Real careful, does not want to lose that position from grabbing the cage. Has to be very, very careful there, because right now he's in a dominant spot. CHAOUCH really hasn't shown the ability to get out of it other than those hip sweeps, which just aren't working at this point.
Yeah, he's just got to keep his discipline. If he grabs the cage again, I think he is probably going to lose this position. So, but he's in dominant position. His opponent has delivered virtually no offense so far in this round, and we've got less than half a minute left.
Yeah, for CHAOUCH, I mean, you really, at this point, you want to be isolating an arm, and holding on to him, basically pulling the base away so you can roll. Instead, he's just kind of holding onto the back right now, and that's not going to get you to stand up, especially these 2-minute rounds. You hear the clapper there. He's going to try to push to the end. Tries once again. MUKELE denies him, and he delivers a flurry of shots in the final seconds. Great work there late from CHRISTEVIE MUKELE. And I tell you what, I mean, it's all going to come down, I think, really how the judges saw that round 2, because round 1, very, very clearly for SKANDER CHAOUCH. I think round 3, just as clearly for CHRISTEVIE MUKELE. It's all going to boil down to how they saw round 2. Yeah,
and when it came to that last round, you know, the one who undoubtedly wanted it more and was prepared to really go there and make sure that round was his was the man who's just being hoisted up inside the cage, CHRISTEVIE MUKELE. His team certainly think he's won.
Beautiful work there from CHRISTEVIE MUKELE. I think he came back from a hot start from SKANDER CHAOUCH to claim this on the judges' cards, but of course, we're not the ones delivering the 3 scores that matter.
Indeed so, and the man in the corner of CHRISTEVIE MUKELE is the man who's going to be in action later tonight Cedric Lashima.
Pretty cool to see that, isn't it? I mean, that's the great thing about mixed martial arts. You're headlining, but you're going to be there to support your teammate early on. Great stuff there. Waiting for the final scores to be tallied. It looks like our man Matthew Perino does have the judge's decision in his hand. He's making his way to the cage, and we will take it up to him to find out our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, CHRISTEVIE MUKELE.
30.
All right, 3 minutes on the clock. This lightweight clash. As you said, advanced amateurs here. Shin guards come off, the head guard comes off. Essentially, professional rules. No twisting leg locks is really the only option that's not available to these athletes. Getting themselves ready for the professional level. Oh, a little front kick up the middle there. Seems like it hit the chest and glanced off the chin there.
I was just about to say how much more considered they seem to be at the start of this fight compared to the one we just saw, but then straight away launched into a front kick, and now we're into a clinch situation against the cage.
Definitely have a lot more time to work with. Like I said, it just seems, you know, a minute may not be it, but it does make a big difference in the pace that you can keep, and again, how fatiguing it can be as well. So you can be a little bit more measured in your approach, but certainly exploding.
And this is where the experience of ALMOLAHED could be a crucial factor. He knows what it is to go 15 minutes, and he's done it on 3 separate occasions already, so that could be valuable to him in terms of pacing himself. He gets the takedown there, and he's already on his opponent's back.
Beautiful work. Stuck with the takedown there, trying to take the back. Hook's not in yet, but I love it. Still trying to attack the neck anyway. Has to be careful not to lose the position, but, you know, even if you don't have the hooks, if the neck's there, go for it.
He's got the 1 hook in there. He's just trying to establish his position, trying to just set himself up there. He's waiting for Petrucciani to make a mistake and just leave that opening for him.
Yep, Petrucciani worked back to his feet. ALMOLAHED staying on the back right there. You see he's got the body wrap in, his hands clasped around the body. He's able to kind of mat return there, drive the action back to a knee. Petrucciani, though, immediately, you can see what he's trying to do. He needs to break that grip and turn inside. You can see he's trying to push down, trying to break the grip so that he can loosen the hold and spin back inside. But right now, ALMOLAHED making that incredibly difficult on him. Now he's gonna, oh, look at that. Isolated that right arm, kind of used a little Kimura grip on there to create the space, got him away, and now a minute to go here in round number 1.
Petrucciani needs to mount some sort of offense just to get the respect of ALMOLAHED. It's been pretty much one-way traffic so far in this opening round.
Oh, the high kick there from ALMOLAHED. As you said, the one-way traffic kind of continuing now. Petrucciani seems like he's second-guessing himself as he moves along the outside. Now he's trying to press in from the outside, but he's got to be careful. Yeah, tie clinch there from ALMOLAHED. Now unleashing big punches as well, trying to get this thing done, and that's going to do it. The big finish from ADEL ALMOLAHED. First round stoppage.
And it was the knee to the body, I think, that was the beginning of the end there for Petrucciani.
It really was.
Hurt him to the body, saw the opening, saw he was hurt, and just went to work against the cage, and it was just a matter of time before the referee stepped in and waved it off.
Respect between these two, but yeah, you could see it. Petrucciani was hurt. He's second-guessing himself right before that final flurry. ALMOLAHED sensed it, came in, landed that beautiful knee to the body, then had the opportunity to get it done, pounced with the big right hands to get the finish.
And the first finish of his career as well.
That's right, 3 decisions start, gets the big finish there. Excellent work there.
Just waiting for the official time.
Looks like Matthew Perino over there collecting it from the timekeeper and making his way to the cage. Certainly know the winner right now after a beautiful first round finish. Our man Matthew Perino will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this action at 2 minutes, 30 seconds in the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO ADEL Masoud ALMOLAHED.
Catchweight matchup. Apollo MMA 1 continues, and right away, Willekens, you can use that reach to his advantage, attacking from range. OPHOVEN shoots in, and sits back to guard, but he's got to be careful. Willikens has that guillotine choke, trying to attack the neck here with that right arm wrapped around it, lets it go to establish the top position.
Again, another fast start, looking to impose his will very, very early is Willikens.
Used that rangy frame earlier. I think he wanted to throw a soccer kick there, thought better of it. OPHOVEN continues to drive it, and he wants his takedown. Clearly, that's where he wants to fight on the ground. He shot in early. He's trying to get a little knee inside there. Has to be careful.
That was very close to being an illegal knee.
Yes, it was.
Just about found the mark on the inside of the thigh there, but a few inches the other way, we would have had a little bit of a stoppage.
You can see Willikens digging those underhooks there, trying to sit back and frame out as he sprawls. OPHOVEN undeterred, continues to drive forward, looking for this takedown. Trying to wrap the legs. Throwing that knee to the inside thigh again, unconcerned.
And this is smart from OPHOVEN, right? He's facing a guy who's clearly got a lot of range on him, and he's just denying him space. You know, you can't use those big levers if you've got no room to move them, so he's just forcing the action against the cage. He's also testing the gas tank as well.
Great point. Negating the strengths that your opponent has with that long range. He's got the hands wrapped. That means you're going for a ride. Takes the action forward. Tried to peel away that hand.
Cheeky cage grab right in front of us there. You're going to see a few of those. It's a natural thing to do. You have to kind of drill yourself out of it over time, but
it's really true. You're not even trying to be dirty. It's just the natural human instinct to grab that and prevent yourself from falling. OPHOVEN, man, just unrelenting on these takedown attempts. Willikens has done a good job of dealing with them thus far. Sprawling out now, maybe trying to set up a darts here. Lets that go. Switches to the other side. No pressure on the neck right now, but he's trying to cinch it up here.
He's absolutely all over him like a cheap suit in this first round. It looked like it was going to be the other way around in terms of Willikens letting the strikes go and really taking the fight to him early. But now, with the fight on the mat, it is all one-way traffic, and it's all going OPHOVEN's way.
Willikens enjoying that top position right now. Trying to step over with that long leg. Out to side control. OPHOVEN tried to hit the elevator sweep there. Willikens was able to reestablish, get his weight back under him. Stands now. OPHOVEN will stand as well. Follow him up.
He looked quite comfortable off his back as well. He was kind of active there, looking to throw up some submissions. He wasn't a sitting duck on the mat when he was on his back, OPHOVEN, but now look at Willikens go now.
Oh, does he? Is that? I guess it was just the end of the round. It looked like
end
it was
of the round.
We couldn't, and I'll be honest, I didn't hear anything. I heard the clapper, but I didn't hear anything either. So I don't know if the horn didn't sound. That's why it was a little bit awkward there. But you know, you fight until the referee tells you not to. So athletes did the right thing there. But man, what a great finish for TIBO Willikens.
And we've got a real clash of styles here, haven't we? We've got Willikens who clearly wants this fight in the stand-up where he can make use of that range. You've got OPHOVEN who seems to have the advantage on the mat. And it's really a case of who could impose their game over the other. It was kind of a back and forth round. We had strikes early, strikes late, but in the middle, OPHOVEN had the control on the mat for the large part of the round. So it's almost a coin flip of the round. I think I'd probably just edge it ever so slightly to OPHOVEN, but maybe the judges prefer to strike it.
Well, this to me was the most significant strikes of the round for sure. And like I said, there's a little bit of confusion there. It was because we just couldn't hear the bell, and the fighters couldn't either. So. Referee, fortunately, Saeed Al-Aktami was on top of it, able to step in and halt the action. And boy, for Willikens, man, those leg kicks that he scored late there were great, but he just rushes forward with strikes. OPHOVEN checks that one.
And the difference here with Willikens, he's not smothering his own work this time. He's not charging in, he's keeping his distance, making sure that OPHOVEN's on the end of his strikes.
Does a good job there backing away, right? Landed a couple strikes. OPHOVEN tried to class, and he wouldn't let him. Look at that, the big right hand. Willikens is feeling himself on the feet right now.
Yeah, this is much smarter striking. But then you've got the slip.
OPHOVEN felt it, got on top of it, but Willikens able to scramble quickly. Key moment there. That was an opportunity for OPHOVEN to potentially grab hold of the momentum. Willikens with an alert scramble. He settles on top, and he's immediately inside control.
Sometimes it doesn't always get to the mat the way you want it to, but this is definitely where OPHOVEN wants to fight. He doesn't want to be doing this off his back, though.
Definitely not. He is able to regain half guard underneath there. We'll see if he's got a sweep here or maybe an attack from there. He figure fours that right leg underneath. On his right hip, which is good to see. You want to be active. You never want to be flat on your back. That's when you get trapped. Willekens tried to stand there. OPHOVEN brought him back under control. Full guard underneath now for OPHOVEN. Still a lot of time to work.
If you're OPHOVEN, you've got to try and do something here. I mean, if you're not going to just try and get the fight back to the feet, you've got to be looking for a submission. He's looking to work the arm there. He's got the arm partially trapped. I don't think he's got it close.
No, and he had both arms in there, but didn't really get the pressure on it. Willekens able to shake free, and now he stands. I think Willekens is going to allow, he doesn't want to go back down there. He said, let's just keep it on the feet. OPHOVEN, a deep breath as he gets back to his feet there. I think he's feeling the pace of this fight right now. And here comes Willekens looking to tee off on the feet once again.
And let's not forget, 2 debuting amateurs we're watching right here. The gas tank on Willekens is looking a little bit stronger at the moment. Oh, that's not going to help. That's going to empty that tank just a little bit more.
That was gorgeous. Hit the 1-2 and adding the kick behind it. Willekens putting the combinations together. Well, OPHOVEN dealing with it, but he's certainly feeling it. You can see, as you said, the fatigue evident right now. Willekens lands a right hand. OPHOVEN returns a kick to the body. Willekens back to chopping the leg again. He was having some early success with that late in round 1. Now he's trying to do it again. OPHOVEN looking to counter with that right hand. But he's sucking some wind right now. You can tell the fatigue setting in here in the final stages of round number 2. OPHOVEN does, though, catch the body, gets a nice sweep to the floor, trying to attack later. Not a lot of time to work, but he slips around to the back. Can he capitalize late? He's squeezing on the neck, trying to get that arm under. He's got the choke in. Can he get the tap before the clock? He's squeezing hard on the back. Willekens trying to hang on, and he makes it to the bell.
Wow.
Willekens survives to see round 3. OPHOVEN nearly had the finish. Wow.
Mere seconds away from snatching a victory with that rear naked choke.
Unbelievable, and you really wonder how the judges see that as well, right? Because Willekens, I thought, clearly dominating that round, but that's a near finish from OPHOVEN there at the end.
You're not going to get much closer to finishing a fight than you just saw right there, and it was another 5 seconds, I think the fight would be over.
Wow. Man, and you can see it, boy, he slammed that. We'll take a look at it. Here it was, caught that kick. Beautiful little sweep to the floor, and then aware that there's not a lot of time to work with. I mean, it was such a quick transition to the back. You see, ducked under the right arm there, slipped around to the back. Even though they're against the fence, not a lot of room to work. And here was that choke coming in. Initially on the chin, snuck it underneath the chin right there, had the left hand behind him. Beautiful choke there. You can see the team's like, yes, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it. And survived. Saeed Laktami on top of it immediately. My goodness. Man, what does round 3 have in store for us? This has been back and forth. Just when it looked like OPHOVEN was done, exhausted, he nearly pulls off the finish late in round 2, and I have no idea how the judges are scoring this one.
That was exactly what I was about to say. These scorecards could be all over the place. Best way to avoid any of that drama, finish the fight in round 3.
Oh, nice right hand there from Willekens. And you're right. I think he knows he does not want to be on the ground because that was almost a disaster late in round 2. Trying to keep this on the feet.
And again, just looking to keep that distance. Put him on the end of the jab. Don't load up too much. You've got a full round to get through. You don't want to be gassed out and having to fight off a submission.
Surprising that Willekens the one that changes level and drives forward. That one shocks me a little bit because he was having success once again in the stand-up department.
Yeah, you're putting yourself in OPHOVEN's realm, I think. I think we've worked out already OPHOVEN's best chance of victory is on the mat. Willekens' best chance of victory is standing up. Willekens is voluntarily taking it down.
Yeah, and if you're OPHOVEN, I mean, you got to think, okay, look, it sucks that I just got taken down, if we're being honest. But, as you said earlier, this is where he wants to be, so hey, let's go. Let's attack. I mean, you see him right now. He's trying to wrap left arm around the neck. Willekens alertly moving past the guard to alleviate any potential pressure there, or trying to, but you can see a little grimace on there. OPHOVEN trying, working from his back. He does have the left arm under the chin a little bit. He's trying to squeeze. See him arching the back a little bit. He's trying to squeeze in there. Now look at the right hand sneaking under. He's trying to connect the hands. Not the greatest angle, but he can put pressure on the neck.
He's certainly making life difficult for Willekens on top. You know, I think this is the sort of position where if you're Willekens and you can disengage safely, that would probably be the smart move right now. But he's staying
agree.
there, and there's a danger of a triangle. There's a danger of a leg lock.
Still, yeah, does have the strain ankle lock available to him, even without the twisting submissions, but Willikens able to step through it, and he's on top right now. And again, boy, I mean, a lot of time left to work, but for the judges, I mean, Willikens is on top, but not doing a whole lot with the positioning.
No, the only benefit that you have from this is that you are eating up the clock.
Right.
If you think you're ahead on the cards, and we've seen that be the absolute downfall of fighters up and down the card. You know, people just think they're winning the fight, and then the judges come and make you cry afterwards. So you got to go for the finish if it's there. And it feels like Willikens, I don't know if his gas tank's kind of letting him down a little bit, and he's having to just sort of keep things calm on the mat and try and avoid trouble. But
Willikens' right ankle is in a weird position there. Now he's pulling free. He was kind of trapped in there. You can see there was the figure 4 underneath. It was a little bit odd. Final seconds here. 20 seconds left. I mean, honestly, I don't know how the first 2 rounds were scored. I don't know how this round scored. Willikens on top, but again, not doing a ton of damage with the dominance. Now trying to finish with a flurry. Maybe put a little exclamation point, something for the judges to remember here late. Trying to put a stamp on this round, ground and pound to the end, and that's going to do it. And a very interesting one for the judges. I tend to think TIBO Willikens did enough to claim that 3rd round with the dominant spot. Those submission attempts, there was pressure on the neck, but it wasn't really a great attempt, so I think he did enough. But, man, that was a fun fight. As you said, 2 athletes making their debut.
yeah, they did themselves proud in there. Obviously, they're going to learn a lot from that first experience. Going the distance is always valuable when you're at this stage in your career. And, yeah, I mean, my gut tells me that TIBO Willikens has done enough to win this fight. Let's see what the judges think. This is going to be an interesting one.
Take a look at some of the action here late where Willikens spent a lot of time in top position, but it was OPHOVEN who was a little crafty underneath.
Yeah, I think he knew that the only way he was going to get a finish was by snatching up some sort of submission from his back, but he managed to sort of snatch up the neck a little bit, but couldn't really do enough to get the finish. And then this flurry at the end might just be the flurry that wins TIBO Willikens the fight.
Yeah, I would think that probably sealed it for him there, but you see the final seconds, he was putting some emphasis into those late blows. But as you said, I mean, look, everybody wants to highlight real finishes. Those are things that go viral and get replayed on the internet. You can put on the old IG thread, But valuable cage time, man. It really does help later in your career. So going the distance sometimes, not a bad thing. All right, decision is in. Let's take it up to Matthew Perino and declare our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, TIBO Willikens.
I kind of gave him a little wink, like, thanks. I know I saw them talking earlier. He's like, hey, this is how you say my last name, by the way. I want to make sure it gets said right.
Good job, Matt Perino. Here we go.
He nailed it. I think the DEPUYT gave him a little love there that he got the pronunciation right. Just tell him Matt Perino here. Good job. Good job. It is DEPUYT who's setting up in the center right now. He's the one walking forward, kicks to the leg there, but REZWANULLAH with a nice counter on the outside.
Looking very comfortable in there. He doesn't look like he's got that nervous energy, does he? He looks he's sort of flat-footed. He's very composed, just looking for his openings.
Yeah, he's sitting down on his shots. REZWANULLAH, you said flat-footed was the way to look at it. A little bit less light on his feet, but that does allow him to sit down on the shots a little bit more. It seems maybe DEPUYT will be the more mobile athlete between these two as they work on, but right now, REZWANULLAH looking to take that out of the equation by depositing his man on the canvas.
DEPUYT just trying to tie him up.
Yeah, you see he's got the overhook there.
Yeah, he's got that locked
on his
out.
left side. REZWANULLAH got the knee stepping over there, trying to move the full mount there. Can't quite slide by there. That left leg acting as a shield underneath right now for DEPUYT. And REZWANULLAH, he knows which camera's hot. Well done, sir.
That's incredible.
That was amazing. I mean, not just to look at the camera, but that's the one that was on. He looked for the red light and everything. REZWANULLAH, cage awareness in there.
Stage presence, I was going.
And right now, landing some damaging blows here, kind of in the scarf hold position on top. you see DePuy right now has the right arm wrapped around the neck, not doing much. He could potentially use that to frame and roll, but he's got to switch the weight on the hips.
Yeah, he's just controlling posture, stopping him from sort of posturing up and being able to land heavier strikes, really.
That's it. You can see REZWANULLAH really keeping his weight heavy, chest to chest, on his left hip right now. If you're DePuy, you want to try to maybe slip out the back if you can, or potentially frame away as well. Right now, there he's got the right arm underneath.
And this is all problem solving. When you're in these positions on the mat, whether you're the guy on top or whether you're the guy on the bottom, you're problem solving. You're looking for openings, you're looking for opportunities to advance or escape. And at the moment, they're kind of cancelling each other out a little bit, but it's REZWANULLAH who has the advantage. Obviously, he has the superior position.
Yeah, and you see it's interesting. He favors that kind of scarf hold position for side control versus more of a traditional side control. Now he goes to step back over, look to maybe advance the mount, but DePuy was able to snatch half guard underneath. 15 seconds left here in the opening round. REZWANULLAH has been dominant in his positioning, doing a little bit of damage here with his shots, but more than anything, really just controlling final seconds here. DePuy moves back to the feet. He lands a nice knee inside there late to end round one, a round that you've got to think is going to ZIAYI REZWANULLAH.
Yeah, certainly the more effective grappling for sure in that round. Wasn't able to get a huge amount of offense off, but I think got enough off to offset a couple of those early strikes from Gilles DePuy.
Yeah, I would agree there. You take a look inside the building here at La Sucrerie. It will continue to fill throughout the night in Wavre, Belgium, home of Apollo MMA 1. Wavre has been a great host on Fight Week this week. We've had a couple nights to get around town a little bit and see what Belgium has to offer. Always a fun time here. This time we're celebrating Apollo MMA 1. You take a look there in the corner of REZWANULLAH. A couple of deep breaths there. Get the energy level underneath, and I gotta think he wants to go right back to that. I mean, it's clear that that's a position that he likes. You gotta think he's looking for it.
Yeah, he hasn't quite got the same range as DePuy. He's just a little bit taller, a little bit longer, and I think he wants to take DePuy off his feet as quickly as possible and rinse and repeat in round two.
Just say we'll see what changes DePuy has made. Certainly, again, we said he looked like the lighter man, you know, bounding a little more clear on his feet, but he's going to be aware of that takedown. I imagine you see right now he's kind of holding back on striking because I'm sure he's expecting a shot from REZWANULLAH.
Look at that, he throws one jab and REZWANULLAH hits him with a two-piece straight away. So
REZWANULLAH throwing that right hand, looking to just rush forward. He does so. DePuy looking to defend here, digging the underhook. Right technique there. He wants to grab this neck, but he's got to be careful. The neck is there, but you don't want to grab it if you don't have it. You don't want to get up to positioning and sit back. And that's the battle DePuy's having. Maybe trying to look for a standing guillotine, and that's why you have to be careful because you're no longer defending when you're attacking the neck. REZWANULLAH sensed that, addressed it, got the takedown.
Yeah, you see that happen so often, don't you? You know, they try and snatch up that neck, and if you've not got it 100%, I mean, even the great Dustin Poirier.
He's going to jump the ghillie every time. Right now, as REZWANULLAH postured up briefly. Landed a couple of shots to DePuy underneath there. Has the butterfly hook on the right side there.
See, the question now for Gilles DePuy is, what are you going to do from this position? Because REZWANULLAH has shown that he can quite happily control you for the rest of the round. So it's on DePuy now to find a way up, and look what he's just done.
Great job there. Yeah, nice awareness. He had the feet on the hips, but it's REZWANULLAH who immediately adjusted. Now REZWANULLAH trying to attack the back. DePuy aware of it and is able to spin inside. Alert there from DePuy, and he now takes top position for the first time in the fight. He's got a lot of time to work. A little more than a minute remaining here in round two. This is the first time we've seen DePuy in a dominant spot.
Yeah, we're going to see a new facet to his game now, attacking on the ground. See if he can free that left arm and see if he can get some ground and pound off.
See right now, REZWANULLAH locked down on the half guard, and now he rolls to the top there. DePuy tries to spin with him. They move back to the feet. DePuy the one actually looking for the takedown right now. He's got the hands clasped. Takedown there, and it's DePuy who actually gets the left leg high on the shoulder.
The cage isn't his friend at all there. He wasn't able to complete the attempt in terms of the triangle. The fence was basically blocking him from doing so. Now he's in trouble.
Not a great position on the back, but he's got the neck there, so he's going for it anyway. REZWANULLAH just trying to get a squeeze. He's a little off the side, and look at him stepping over, slipping the right leg in between the fence. He's on the back now, 15 seconds left. He's trying to adjust the grip. Underneath, looking for the squeeze. DEPUYT, 10 seconds remaining. He's got to hang on here or peel the arms away. REZWANULLAH trying to squeeze here late. Not going to get it. DEPUYT able to survive there. REZWANULLAH, great work for REZWANULLAH, who just attacked the neck and then got into the right position. That was a good choke attempt there late, and maybe enough to seize the round there for him in the second.
Yeah, I don't know if REZWANULLAH's got a nickname, but Relentless would be a pretty good one.
I like that.
That's what he's been through the first 2 rounds of this matchup. DEPUYT had to be pretty smart and pretty composed in the last few seconds of that round. As we see there, we get the takedown. DEPUYT on his back, and there we go. Look, he was looking to try and work a triangle, but that cage fence was just blocking him from being able to do so. And then eventually REZWANULLAH was able to move into a position and get that choke attempt just as time ran out in the round. DEPUYT doing well, being aware of the time and making sure that he was still in the fight and didn't give it away in the last few seconds of that round.
And I love that. You see he went right for the choke. You hear a lot, position before submission. And that is true. You don't want to be in a bad spot, so you don't want to give up the position. But if the neck's there, attack it. You know, you can always work into a proper spot later on. So I like from REZWANULLAH the aggression there to just go for the choke. Round number 3, DEPUYT fighting like a man who's behind, moves forward. But REZWANULLAH lifts him and slams him to the canvas. Big takedown there. Wow, what a way to start the round for REZWANULLAH. Just as DEPUYT came out aggressive, REZWANULLAH with the big takedown. Now DEPUYT looking to sweep underneath right now. Left arm in there. REZWANULLAH just slams out of it.
That kick from DEPUYT was an absolute gift from the heavens for REZWANULLAH because it immediately gave him the opening to get that big takedown. Power takedown as well.
REZWANULLAH's arm in a little bit of a weird position there, trapped between the legs. You can see that elbow kind of torquing at an awkward angle. I think he's going to want to try to extract that. Now he looks like he's okay.
And they've got those bigger amateur gloves on. Sometimes it can be harder to extricate yourself from a position like that.
That's right. You can see DEPUYT does not want to let that left arm go, and there he does. REZWANULLAH able to snatch it out, and now REZWANULLAH in complete control. Side control right now. DEPUYT scrambling underneath. He's able to regain half guard, but he has not been able to get out of these positions very often in this matchup.
No, he's just controlling REZWANULLAH's posture, but he's not doing anything effective to improve his position, really. He's got to try and hit a sweep or try and get some sort of submission off his back. He's 2 rounds down on the cards. He's got half a round left to try and turn this fight around.
REZWANULLAH posturing up, trying to land hammer fist, unleashing some damage from the top. DEPUYT grabs the head there, trying to control the posture, minimize some of the impact here. And REZWANULLAH just striking away in the dominant spot.
This has been really impressive from REZWANULLAH, not just the relentlessness of his game, but the gas tank he's showing as well. His pace hasn't dropped at any point during these 3 rounds. It's been constant, all gas, no breaks from him as we head into the last minute of the fight.
Minute left, and now it's REZWANULLAH who's trying to sit back on this guillotine, stays on top. He's got the hands locked, he's arching the back, rolling to his hip, trying to get the squeeze. DEPUYT works the left arm in there, trying to push away, and you can see the grimace on the face as he squeezes, trying to get this choke. Now rolls to his back, still continuing. Left arm under the neck. You take a look there, DEPUYT hanging on here, trying to punch his way out of it. Seems to be comfortable enough at the moment, but unable to pop that head free for now. Gives the thumbs up, he's doing okay.
And REZWANULLAH is not going to be worried about burning his arms out. He'll hang on to this till the very end now, squeezing for all his life, trying to get that submission finish with the seconds counting down.
And you see there was another thumbs up there from DEPUYT, who seems to be doing okay. REZWANULLAH, though, not giving up on this. As you said, it's a 3rd and final round, doesn't have to leave anything for the swim back. He's squeezing here in the final seconds to the very end. And DEPUYT hangs on till the bell. REZWANULLAH going to be a little disappointed that he wasn't able to get that finish, but I think pretty clear that he's going to be walking away with a decision win tonight.
That was a dominant performance from ZIAYI. REZWANULLAH credit to Gilles DEPUYT for not tapping in that last guillotine, because I think it would have been very easy for him to do so. He wasn't getting out of that choke. It was just a case of seeing if he could make it all the way to the final bell, which he did to his credit. But we said someone's O had to go, and that person's O is ZIAYI REZWANULLAH, who was just claimed, we think, pending scorecards, the first win.
I mean, look, credit to the judges so far. They've been getting it right so far tonight, right?
So long may that continue.
Let's let that happen. I think that's going to be your victorious fighter tonight. They said, great battle. DEPUYT deserves credit for battling till the very end, working himself out of some difficult positions. But as you said, relentless. The word for it from REZWANULLAH. You take a look there in the corner, talking through it. DEPUYT, obviously, you'll be frustrated tonight, but you get back in the gym on Monday. You take those lessons you learn. And that's what this sport is about, you know, seeing where you need to get better. You know, that's what doing live competition does for you, especially at the amateur level, right? I mean, you're just trying to gain that experience. Your record resets when you go to the professional ranks, right? You start back over again at 0-0. So, you know, the losses are going to frustrate you here, but if you learn from them, you know, it's the old win and learn philosophy. It may sound like a cliche, but it's 100% true.
Yeah, there are no finished articles in amateur MMA. Everybody's learning, you know, even black belts are continuing to learn, but it looks like we may have the scorecards.
Let's take it up to MATHIS Barrino.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, ZIAYI REZWANULLAH.
No, buff himself with the fist bumps.
That was almost a significant strike.
ALIKHADJIEV with the more traditional stance there, guard high. You see BERETE kind of wagging the hands low, looking for an opportunity. Drives to the body there. ALIKHADJIEV shot from range, didn't set that up though. BERETE tried to make him pay for it. ALIKHADJIEV quickly scrambled back to the feet. ALIKHADJIEV landed a nice left hand there in exchange as well. You see that lead hook, likes firing that out there.
Oh, that's a decent shot there from
BERETE walked through, yeah, landed that nice right hand. You see a lot of head movement, kind of keeping the hands low, looking to slip in and out. ALIKHADJIEV a little bit more of an orthodox approach to his striking. Right now, they're trading jabs. You can see BERETE kind of that chin forward approach. Makes for fun. You got to be careful. Look at that. The counter left. Slick head movement out of the pocket and delivered that left hand.
Yeah, he's looking to be first and last in these combinations so that he's finishing with a good clean shot. ALIKHADJIEV hasn't quite worked out the puzzle yet.
Oh, right hand lands, but ALIKHADJIEV delivers one as well. Big rights traded. ALIKHADJIEV changes levels once again. Again, didn't really set it up, but this time gets inside and drives the action to the cage, or to the canvas, I should say. BERETE sets up on his back, closed guard underneath.
That was a relentless takedown attempt. He wasn't going to stop until that fight ended up on the canvas. ALIKHADJIEV, I think he'd had enough of being clipped and decided he wanted to just shut this thing down.
Drove forward immediately, setting up on top. A little more than a minute remaining here in round number 1. The debut edition of Apollo MMA. It has been nonstop action from the start. Love the pacing that we're putting in here. ALIKHADJIEV putting on a pace with the aggression there. Just drives past the guard, landing a big shot as he moves into side control.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does from here. He's got the option that he can continue to strike if he wants. He can reposition and start to land some elbows from that side control position, but submissions are available to you from there as well. So, or you might just look to try and improve, get that knee on the belly, slide it across and try and get mount.
Yep. Options there. You see BERETE, what he's trying to do underneath. He's got the right elbow on the hip, driving forward. The left one on the head. He's just trying to frame away, push down, create space, get an opportunity to work the leg in as he does there. Saw the right leg come across there. He's trying to work back into guard. That's step number 1 of getting out of this position. He's got a foot high on the fence there. Has to be careful not to have the toes in the cage there, but he was trying to use that. He's at least able to regain open guard. So an improvement there from BERETE, but again, we said that's step number 1. Final 10 seconds sounds there. Don't look like he'll be able to get to step number 2, but at least he won't be on bottom of the dominant position of side control. ALIKHADJIEV kind of taken over after that big takedown.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job, Berete, of kind of nullifying ALIKHADJIEV on the mat there. He had to mind his P's and Q's early on while ALIKHADJIEV was trying to advance position. Once he got himself stable, then he just managed to lock him down and make sure that he didn't take any undue damage, and lives to fight another round where he will absolutely want to keep it on the feet for sure.
Take a look at the replays of some of that opening round here. There was that initial shot that was unsuccessful, just a little too far away when he shot in for that one. Berete was able to sniff that out, and you see Berete, this is where he wants to be competing on the feet. He's got quick hands, a lot of movement there in the stand-up department.
Yeah, he landed some really good clean shots, sort of eye-catching stuff for the judges. But when the fight hit the mat, it was all ALIKHADJIEV.
All right, move now to round number 2. We'll see if ALIKHADJIEV is looking quickly for the takedown again, or you see a bit more of a stand-up game unfold. They both had moments of success on the feet, really. They both landed a couple of nice shots.
Yeah.
See what route. You see Berete quickly out to the center once again.
Now the difference now is he knows the shot is coming. He knows the shot is going to come, so what's he going to do to ensure that he doesn't get taken down and dominated for the rest of the round?
ALIKHADJIEV working from the outside right now. Berete landed to the body and then returns to the center. He's going to want to stay right in the center of the canvas. Not make it any easier for ALIKHADJIEV. A little right hand landed there. Berete being careful to keep his distance. Again, showing the nice head movement there to slip the shots from his opponent. Nice work. This is why he wants to keep it striking. Slick on the feet.
And you can see ALIKHADJIEV is just trying to employ sort of controlled, gradual pressure. The distance between them is getting ever smaller so that he can then do this.
Beautiful work from ALIKHADJIEV. And again, it's just relentless. It's not necessarily the greatest setup. He's shooting what I would consider a little too far away, to be honest with you. But he continues to drive forward and he gets the takedown. He's successful with it. So nice work from ALIKHADJIEV to get it here. And a lot of time to work from top position. We'll see Berete if he's able to do anything right now, controlling the wrist on the left side there. But he's got to get his legs underneath him first.
ALIKHADJIEV is exactly where he wants to be right now. He's in top position. The fight's on the mat. He's against a striker. And those strikes aren't coming back anymore. So it's now down to ALIKHADJIEV to mount some more offense, see if he can turn a strong performance into a finish here in this second round.
Past the halfway mark here of round number 2, and ALIKHADJIEV, as you said, just happy to be in control right now, not opening up too much, just not trying to give his opponent an opportunity to escape. Berete felt a little bit of a moment there to try to regain full guard. You can see he's trying to pull pressure down on the head. He does get the other leg around, and now trying to strike a little bit from underneath.
And you can see ALIKHADJIEV is just smothering Berete. He's not allowing Berete any room to breathe. Berete can't do much, although the referee wants a little bit more work.
Jean-Philippe Carmona.
That'll be music to Berette's ears. He'll be like, yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
He's not doing anything right. Stand us up. Stand us up. Right now, ALIKHADJIEV doing just enough to stay in the dominant position. You see Berete putting his left foot on the hip there, trying to create some space. ALIKHADJIEV now stepping up the pace a little bit with some hammer fists. And he has to back away there as Berete was grabbing hold of the wrist. Backs away, and Berete giving a reprieve to stand here. See if he can do anything in the late stages here of round number 2. He's swinging away late. Clapper for the final 10 seconds. He's looking to finish with a flurry. Take advantage of it on the feet. ALIKHADJIEV makes him think about it with a high kick as well. And a good flurry there to end round number 2, but another round I'd say is probably going the way of ILIAS ALIKHADJIEV.
Yeah, you know, this is mixed martial arts. He's mixing his martial arts up just a little bit better than Ismael Berete so far. But just in that last exchange there, yes, obviously they're both landing and throwing heavy, but all the while they're both throwing, Berette's got a chance to do something and connect and potentially turn this fight around. He has to keep this fight in the stand-up in round 3.
Yeah, you take a look at this exchange here. Striking late. They were having some fun. ALIKHADJIEV had the high kick him underneath the arm there, but gave him something to think about. Berete immediately back, and Berete is going to want to try to keep this on the feet in the third and final round. if at all possible. As you said, he's got to know the shot's coming. It may come from a long way away too, but it's coming.
3 more minutes. 3 more minutes to turn this fight around for Ismael Berete. 3 more minutes to see if we can improve 4-4 to 5-4 for ALIKHADJIEV.
Which would be unfortunate because he'd probably lose the next one, but you know how it goes.
Captain symmetry.
You just have to. All right, we are underway. This is the 3rd and final round here. ALIKHADJIEV again. The jab from the more orthodox stance. Berete likes to slip and counter and move and wag the chin a little bit, throws the overhand there. Did he stagger him a little bit? ALIKHADJIEV shoots in. Berete sprawled incredibly well on that one.
Berette's really loaded up with these shots now. He's swinging for the fences here in round 3.
Fighting like a man who's likely behind on the cards, trying to get something done. Pops out the jab there. You can see he's looking to counter, and ALIKHADJIEV, I think that's causing him some hesitation there. Berete's with the oh, wow. Berete had the hands wrapped around the body, but it was ALIKHADJIEV who was able to counter and score the takedown to wind up in top position. Big moment there.
Yeah, that was some interesting fight IQ from Berete there. I think he looked like he was trying to sort of outside trip, take the fight down. I don't know why, but and ALIKHADJIEV saw it coming, reversed, and now we're back to where we were in round 2.
And look, sometimes in the moment you feel those things. You think, you know, I think I got this, but you're right. And what we've seen thus far, I think he would have been much better served to just keep striking on the feet. And if things continue in this way as they have in the opening 2 rounds, that's a moment that he'll probably look back and question himself. But again, it's those lessons, it's those moments where, look, I was best served by keeping this thing on the feet. I made the mistake of initiating the takedown, and this was the result of it.
And he may have stunned him with that shot earlier.
Yes.
Which caused the wild takedown from half a mile away that was obviously unsuccessful. But yeah, keeping the fight standing and landing would have been the way forward, I would have thought, for Berete. And here he is, he's in the worst possible position. He's on his back, he's in the final minute of the fight, knowing that he needs a stoppage to win. And ALIKHADJIEV is just dominant in top position.
Yeah, and ALIKHADJIEV, I think, knows that he doesn't have to do anything but just keep his base steady, strike when he can, just do enough to keep the position, grind away here from the top, and you know, you're likely less than a minute away from walk away with a pretty convincing victory on the judges' cards.
And again, this is all experience, isn't it? This is all about experience. And ALIKHADJIEV is fighting smart. You know, he has that experience advantage. He knows if he keeps it where it is, he doesn't need a finish. His fight's in the bag for him. If he stays where he is, he wins this fight. And he's making sure that he completely smothers Berete, so there is no chance of a Hail Mary submission from the bottom. He's minding his P's and Q's. He's keeping everything nice and tight, and making sure that the referee doesn't stand him up by making sure he feeds a steady diet of ground strikes while he's there.
Well, it's smart. I mean, look, we all want the big finishes, the big highlights, right? But ultimately, you're trying to rack up those wins. And ALIKHADJIEV is just a few seconds away from doing that. He's trying to finish with a flourish here. Posture's there at the end there. Berete gives him something to think about with the attack on the leg, and ALIKHADJIEV helps his opponent up off the canvas. Good sportsmanship between the two. I think it's pretty clear there should be a decision win in the favor of ILIAS ALIKHADJIEV, but Berete was trying to make something happen until the very end. But again, I think when he reviews the tape of this fight, he's going to agree with the same assessment that we have. That was a mistake to engage in that clinch in the 3rd round.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, you win or you learn, as we talked about earlier, and I think he'll learn a lot from that. What we did see from him is that he's got the striking to be quite dangerous and quite effective on the feet. It's just trying to add in the smarts when it comes to avoiding the takedown and not exposing yourself to a takedown quite so easily. So, as far as I make out, this should be a 30-27 scorecard, but we shall see.
One would think so. Scores being tallied right now. Adding up the 10s and 9s. Get an official score together here at Apollo MMA 1. Action continuing here in La Sucrerie, Wavre, Belgium. All leading to our 5-bout professional main card tonight, including, I see the inaugural championship belt has made its way to our broadcast position, sitting right next to my colleague Simon Head. It is a gorgeous title belt. We saw it yesterday at the press conference unveiled, and sitting next to us right now That will be awarded to the winner of our main event between the undefeated Cedric Lushima and the gritty veteran in Jason Radcliffe, who is not buying into the hype of his opponent thus far. We'll see if he can come into play. Spoiler, the main event tonight. And it looks like Matt DeBrino is making his way to the cage, so let's declare a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest by split decision for your winner in the blue corner, ILIAS ALIKHADJIEV.
Featherweight action here. APOLLO MMA 1. Wavre at Belgium. Yeah. ELMARZOUKI wasting little time throwing those heavy hands on that initial engagement. You see VOICU driving inside, looking to press the action to the fence early.
Yeah, there is absolutely no disguise on what VOICU wants to do here. Shuts down ELMARZOUKI straight away, forcing the action up against the cage fence. Nullify the striker. You wrestle a striker, don't you? You wrestle a boxer, you box a wrestler.
That's right. VOICU doing exactly that right now. ELMARZOUKI does a good job of spinning to the outside. Now he wants to break free. Sure, VOICU trying to hold on there. ELMARZOUKI got a little warning there for potentially grabbing the fence. Has to be wary of that. Not let the fingers slip in between the cage there. VOICU battling here. Look at that. Excellent work, rewarded for his persistence there. And he'll wind up in top position. ELMARZOUKI working from his back, open guard here early in round number 1.
And let's remember, ELMARZOUKI's lone career loss so far has come via submission. This is a position that VOICU will be looking to exploit for sure.
Look at that. Great work from ELMARZOUKI. Hit the sweep, and now he's on the back looking to strike. Big right hands coming in. He's a little high on the back. Has to be careful. You see VOICU trying to tripod up and shake him off. ELMARZOUKI does have the hooks in on the hips. He's trying to grab onto the leg. VOICU trying to shake him off. Can't hit the twisting heel hook here, but you can hit the knee bar, you can hit the ankle lock, any straight locks are available, and that's what ELMARZOUKI is trying to do right now. VOICU addressing this, trying to stay safe, and sets up back on top. Great reversal there from VOICU after that beautiful sweep from ELMARZOUKI.
Yeah, kept his composure really well. Didn't panic when he had his ankle in trouble there. Just waited his moment, looked for the opening, and exploded out of it. Great job by VOICU.
Minute remaining here in the opening round. It's been a bit of a back and forth affair here. It was ELMARZOUKI who had the nice stand up early. They've been exchanging positions on the ground since the relentlessness of VOICU got the fight to the floor. And now ELMARZOUKI trying to attack this left arm. VOICU wisely pulls that back in. Now VOICU trying to strike as ELMARZOUKI backs to the cage, looking to get himself to the feet.
What we are seeing here from ELMARZOUKI is he's more than happy to exchange on the ground as well, which perhaps might come as a bit of a surprise to VOICU. I think he's probably thinking he was going to be largely looking to keep this standing, but ELMARZOUKI looking to do stuff on the mat as well. But look at VOICU, he's just not giving him any rest at all.
No, just hands clasped around the body, continuing to look for the takedown.
Cage grab.
Referee steps in here.
He's going to take a point, I think.
Yep, got the warning earlier, and now a point deduction for ELMARZOUKI for grabbing the cage, preventing the takedown again. We talked about that. It can be kind of a instinctual reaction, but it is a foul nonetheless. He was given the warning. And not only that, Jean-Philippe Carboni going to restart the position. Actually, VOICU says, no, I'm okay. Let's do it on the feet. Oh, and that's why. Comes out, throws the big bomb. ELMARZOUKI is able to reverse position here. I think that's it. I think that's it for the end of the round. I think that's the end of the round. Yep. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there. And that is the end of the round. So, an interesting one, right? A bit of confusion there. I don't think that they can hear the end of the round.
I didn't think he heard the 10-second clapper. He's just talking to the time.
Yeah, he didn't hear the clapper, so he heard the whistle, but he hadn't heard the clapper, so he didn't think that was, he wasn't keyed in on it. So that was the miscommunication there. Excellent description from you there, Simon. But with the point deduction, probably a 10-8 round there.
I think it probably was, yeah. I mean, VOICU, great job of just completely shutting down the space and using that gritty wrestling approach to really shut things down. And as I say, the cage grabbers has left ELMARZOUKI right behind the 8-ball now with 2 rounds to go. He's got to win them both just to get a draw.
Tough spot for ELMARZOUKI to be in. Those point deductions can really be big, but I mean, in fairness, he was warned about it, right? So, you know, it really prevented the position. I think it's tough, especially in 3-round fights. You know a point deduction is really going to be a big impact, but you know, the rules are the rules. And as a referee, I know they don't want to impact the outcome of a fight, but you have to have some type of enforcement there. No,
absolutely. And I think you see cage grabs a lot more at amateur level just because they haven't got those bad habits out of their system yet. They haven't trained themselves to not do that yet, you know? So, but here we go. Second round.
Yep.
And ELMARZOUKI's got to do something big to get back into this fight.
Look, he's shown the ability to strike, that's for sure. VOICU doesn't have his mouthpiece there, so we're going to wait to get his mouthpiece back for him so he can get this started. ELMARZOUKI, I imagine, going to be looking to keep this thing on the feet here in round number 2. He's out quick to the center. Kicks to the left, and VOICU slips on a high kick there. ELMARZOUKI setting up on top, trying to land some damaging ground and pound. Drives in a big right hand.
And this is what I was saying in round 1. He's more than happy to go to the mat, even though you would imagine he has the striking advantage in the stand-up. He's gone to the mat, he's seen the opening, and now he's looking to do some damage from inside VOICU's guard.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because ELMARZOUKI would seem to have the advantage on the feet from the exchanges we've seen, but he is willing to engage this. And right now, it's paying off. I mean, he's certainly the one doing the offense. He's in the dominant position. We'll see if VOICU can change things up as he's trying to land hammer fist from his back there. ELMARZOUKI postures up once again, drives in a few big shots.
He's doing a pretty good job of controlling ELMARZOUKI's head and just keeping it close to his chest, possibly looking to open up the avenue to maybe work into a triangle position at some point, but at the moment he's just trying to shut down the offense of ELMARZOUKI.
ELMARZOUKI continues to work from top position. VOICU has the guard closed, now lets it go. Opens it back up as he continues to drive hammer fists underneath. ELMARZOUKI postures up once again, trying to slide past the legs. Does so immediately into side control. VOICU was kind of trying to fire some up kicks. ELMARZOUKI used that opportunity to slide past the legs and into the more dominant position halfway through round number 2.
Yeah.
Steps over to mount as well. VOICU trying to roll.
Armbar coming.
Armbar there. Oh, but perfect defense there from VOICU. Rolled with the armbar, countered expertly, and now is in top position there. It was almost like he just baited him for the arm, said, I know you're going to go for it, and I'm going to counter. And now it's VOICU has turned the tides completely, and now he's in mount.
This is fascinating stuff on the ground. They're pretty well matched on the mat in terms of the way that they're sort of transitioning and looking to move into a good position. VOICU was a bit of a nuisance when he was off his back, still just throwing strikes, just trying to be a pain. Now he's on top. He's going to be looking for that finish. He's looking to move. Is he trying to work ahead and up?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't have the arm in there, but he's trying to get a squeeze on the neck anyway, just pressuring on that. You know, he doesn't have like an Ezekiel with the arm across or anything like that. It's like he's just trying to squeeze his head right off his shoulders.
He's just applying a lot of pressure, and we're quite close to this. ELMARZOUKI's face is turning a dark crimson at the moment.
I mean, there's not really a traditional submission in there, but he's squeezing like heck. You see ELMARZOUKI put the hand across the face there. Had to be careful there. They didn't dig into the eyes, but VOICU was just showing a squeeze there, maintaining his position in mount. Now ELMARZOUKI is able to counter kind of a head and arm off of his back, and now he's in mount. Back and forth again. Not much time to work here. Final seconds ticking off the clock here. ELMARZOUKI trying to capitalize, and that's going to do it for round number 2. A wild back and forth affair.
Good work in that second round from ELMARZOUKI. I know a lot of the action was on the mat, but for a large portion of it, he was the aggressor. He was the one who had the superior position. There was just that portion in the middle where VOICU managed to reverse things on top after the failed armbar attempt from ELMARZOUKI, and had a little bit of success himself trying to squeeze the head off ELMARZOUKI.
Yeah, right?
But with a non-traditional submission approach. But I think there's half a chance that ELMARZOUKI might have done enough to sway the judges and just about take that round. Very, very competitive 3 minutes in that round, and you can see the transitions and the back and forth right here.
Yeah, you watch the replay here. I mean, as you said, we had a good look at ELMARZOUKI's face, and the color was changing on it, and he was grimacing a little bit. Absolutely, like VOICU might have a little squeeze on here. You can see there was the dominant spot, establishing the mount as well, but Elmarzoukii had great counters throughout. So again, you think it's 1 round apiece, but don't forget the point deduction in round number 1, making that a 10-8. So Elmarzoukii likely needing a finish or potentially fighting for a draw here. As we go into the 3rd round, meanwhile, VOICU taking a couple of deep breaths. He's had some time to work, and he did have a couple of deep breaths. Big right hand over the top for Elmarzoukii. VOICU comes up a little bit short. Elmarzoukii looks like the fresher man right now in the 3rd round. He's looking for this takedown. But again, a perfect counter for VOICU, and he settles in top.
Yeah, there's a couple of, as you said, deep breaths. I think some of those grappling exchanges have taken a bit out of VOICU in that 2nd round, but he's exactly where he wants to be right now, in top position. He knows he's probably got the points in the bank to ensure that he doesn't lose this fight as long as he doesn't get finished. If his corner have informed him of that, he just has to be positionally smart here.
Yeah, that was a key moment for Elmarzoukii. Had he scored that takedown, we're talking about an entirely different fight. But VOICU countering in the takedown and winding up on top gives him a lot of options. He doesn't have to rush. He's happy to just kind of hang out in his position if he can and really put the onus on Elmarzoukii to make something happen and get out of the spot.
Yeah, but we've seen that Elmarzoukii is quite happy to go for a submission. You know, he almost had that armbar, but he's in a tricky spot right now. He could maybe use the fence to try and get himself back up to a vertical base if he can. But VOICU's just weighing on him pretty heavy right now. He's just not giving him any space, just staying heavy on top and just trying to burn the clock, really. Burn the clock, keep the fight there. If Elmarzoukii doesn't get up, then this is in the bag for VOICU.
Yeah, you saw Elmarzoukii trying to use that cage to his advantage. As you said, use that to help frame and move back to his feet. VOICU alert to that, kind of dragging him away, trying to keep the hips and the back flat on the mat. The warning from the referee for action, so VOICU postures up, driving some hammer fists. Elmarzoukii rolls to his knees, and VOICU just going to attack the neck. This man will squeeze from anywhere. Again, he did not have the hooks in, but he just went after the neck anyway. Now trying to adjust on the back. Elmarzoukii not moving right now. I'm assuming he feels comfortable in this position.
Referee desperately trying to get a vantage point on Elmarzouki's face to see whether he's still there.
Yeah, it was tough to see there for an instant. The choke was not endangering at the moment, but Elmarzoukii does turn, gets his back to the canvas wisely, and VOICU just continuing to control with 40 seconds remaining here in the 3rd round. Elmarzoukii desperately needs to get off of his back right now. By
a distance, VOICU's best round of the fight. He's completely dominating it down the stretch. We said he looked a little bit gassed starting the round. He's made us look like a couple of fools. He's superb through the whole of the round.
How about Elmarzoukii crawling back to his feet late? Landed a right hand in there, but VOICU shifts to the single. Elmarzoukii was trying to grab the neck, but VOICU wisely slipped aside control on the opposite side to relieve the pressure. Now you hear the clapper there for the final 10 seconds of this fight. VOICU trying to put a stamp on this performance, posturing up and striking away at the end. And that's going to do it. Round number 3 in the books, and you gotta think Vlad VOICU probably did enough to earn himself a decision win tonight over a game AKRAM Elmarzoukii.
Yeah, that's just a high-intensity performance, wasn't it, from Vlad VOICU? Just denying space, being in Elmarzouki's face from the very first bell to the very end. Obviously, the cage grab from Elmarzoukii kind of kiboshed his chances of winning quite early on, really. He knew he needed a finish at that point, and that might have maybe changed the way he approached round 2. And then when it came to round 3, then it was just one-way traffic after that early takedown. And I think Elmarzoukii will learn a lot from that fight. I think he's obviously got a lot of talent when it comes to, he's got some mat skills there.
Yes.
He's got some sneaky striking in there. I just think that he was up against a guy who was just too relentless, too strong, and obviously the point deduction just made it even harder. And we can see there, VOICU thinks that he's won.
VOICU has declared himself the winner. We'll wait for the official confirmation, but he seems to be of the same mind that we are, that he did enough to earn the decision tonight. Judges' scores being tallied cage side. It does look like Matthew Perino has received the decision and is making his way to the cage to let the rest of us in on what he already knows and what we believe to know at this moment, that Vlad VOICU has earned a decision win. But We'll let Matthew Perino make it all official right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest for the winner by majority decision out of the blue corner, VLAD VOICU.
Shahid Uyar got the hair game on point with the highlights. He had a little bow to the crowd there during his introduction.
Let's see if he can add a highlight to his MMA reel.
I like what you did there. It's just on the tee, you got to take it. Right now, it's MAYI pawing out that jab. Big kicks traded from both. MAYI with the guard high, lands a nice right hand up the middle there. We are looking to kind of step in for that outside trip. Hands dangerously low there for a moment. I like it. There's some showmanship. He's got some flair.
He's got a 1,000-yard stare on him as well, Uyar. The way he's staring down MAYI in there.
Intense look, staring through the eyebrows, chin tucked. Meanwhile, MAYI hands high, catches the kick there, delivers the right hand. I think MAYI is right where he wants to be. It looks like he wants to keep this thing on the feet. There's a nice kick to the body, punctuating the combination of the hands as well.
We haven't seen too many setup shots so far. Everything seems to be thrown pretty much at 100%. They're throwing everything with every strike.
It's the second time Uyar's tried that little step-in trip. Faked a spin there as well and nearly paid for it. He's got to be a little more cautious as he steps in.
You can see MAYI relaxing into his work now.
Yep.
He's settled down. He looks to be sitting a little bit lower on his punches now.
I think he feels that he's got the speed advantage on the feet. Thus far, he's been able to kind of snuff out those takedown attempts from Uyar.
Uyar looking to react to an opening, I think. He's almost waiting, but unfortunately, he's getting clipped frequently.
Yeah, MAYI's having some success with the hands, as you said. I mean, you can feel the confidence bolstered there. Uyar does, had a nice inside leg kick and then brought one up top. So Uyar still dangerous on the outside. MAYI's got to be aware of it.
A little bit of theatrics there from Uyar after taking a jab to the nose.
Well, we said it. He's a showman. That's obvious. As we enter the final minute here of the opening round. It's that nasty welt on the left side from Uyar. And again, he's kind of a little showmanship in there, but it's MAYI staying composed, pumping the jab, moving from side to side, seeking openings. Nice outside leg kick again. Uyar with the outside leg kick, but the big right hand lands. MAYI's trying to finish this. Uyar with the roll to get back to his feet, but MAYI's still on top of him. Uyar looking for the trip again. I think he's still a little bit out of it. MAYI trying to finish off here. Big right hands on the ground. He's got a little bit of time to work. Uyar crawls back to the feet. Clapper there for 10 seconds remaining. Good recovery from Uyar, but he's got to be careful with these spins. Does hit a turning side kick to the body there. But a great round there from MOLA MAYI, who I thought potentially might have been able to finish that fight. Uyar showing some grittiness and some durability. Survives to see round 2.
Yeah, if your first ever round as an amateur MMA fighter and you produce a round like that, you must be pretty happy. And his coaches must be pretty pleased with him.
It's interesting. I look over in the corner of MOLA MAYI, and he is taking a couple of deep breaths. I think he thought he was going to have a finish there, so you wonder how did he unload the gas tank completely. Meanwhile, if you take a look over here at Uyar, he's got his foot up on the stool. He's not sitting down. I mean, he's just going to be a showman through and through. We'll take a look at some of the action here.
He's watching it himself, I think. I thought he was sort of looking at the screen himself.
Probably was.
He's a unique character. He's a unique character. I mean, when you have your hair done like that, you're not going to be an everyday Joe, are you?
No, you're not going to be. You saw MAYI here on the replays here, was trying to get that finish, the big right hands, but Uyar durable, crawled back to his feet. Again, didn't use the stool to sit down, only to prop his leg up there and show once again he's a man full of swag.
I think I see why he was resting his leg up on the stool. The back of his left leg is an absolute mess.
Oh, yeah.
We saw the welt on his back, which looks nasty, but he's got something very similar just on the outside of his thigh and around the back of his thigh and his left leg.
I would suggest that perhaps MAYI's right leg kicks have a little power behind them.
Tests have shown.
Start of round number 2 here. MAYI with a little prodding inside leg kick there. Tried to grab the kick there, instead counter with the right hand. That caught UYAR's attention. MAYI is quick with the counters. Oh,
that's a big body kick.
Yeah, UYAR landed a big kick to the body.
That's his best strike of the fight by distance.
It really was.
And he needs a few more like that just to buy a bit of respect off MAYI, who really seems to have settled into this.
MAYI continues to duck off to the right and counter. And there's that left kick. That's what I was going to say from UYAR. You want to see more of that. MAYI's shown a tendency to kind of slip off to that right side and counter over the top. So if you're UYAR, you see he moves to the right every time. Throw these big shots, and then that left kick might be there for you.
Yeah, he's... Oh, what's going on here?
Little timeout here. Warning of maybe grabbing the hair there. UYAR saying I didn't intend to and I didn't mean to. Apologies for that. And kind of being a little bit of a natural reaction if the hand is open there on the counter. But UYAR starting to find a rhythm with his shots. MAYI looked down. I think maybe a piece of hair came out there, actually. Is that what's on the canvas down there?
It might well be, actually. It's definitely... I don't think it's a gum shoe. It's too small, so...
UYAR moving forward and landed the spinning shot there. Now trying to finish this with hammer fists on the ground. I didn't think that initial shot landed as clean as it must have because UYAR is unleashing shots, and that's gonna do it. MUKEHIT UYAR with the big victory and the bigger celebration.
Do you think that win meant a bit to him? Look at the reaction. And what a turnaround from the first round. And I think he might be in tears. I think he's in tears in the cage. After turning around a difficult first round, he gets the finish in round 2 in emphatic fashion.
Unbelievable come from behind victory there from MUKEHIT UYAR, who, I'll be honest, I think that spinning attack must have landed a little cleaner than I thought because it really stunned him. MOLA MAYI went to the ground and just looked unable to recover. UYAR had one opportunity to finish it, and he pounced on it. Excellent work there. We'll take a look at the replay here. And it was just before that I think he was a little more stunned than I thought, but UYAR drove it to the ground, and you just see him unleashing hammer fists, knowing that was his opportunity to win this fight. He was not going to be denied. Great win there from MUKEHIT UYAR. We'll take it to Matt Perino to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Stefan Monti has called a stop to the action at 1 minute, 34 seconds in the second round. Declaring the winner by TKO, MUKEHIT UYAR.
All right, on paper, it looks like a bit of an old school matchup. We'll see who can implement their will early. Ahmad with the early low kick. You can see he's keeping the hands high, certainly respecting the power. Taller man on the outside. Sangari trying to load up. You can see big right hand uncorks the big shot. Ahmad able to avoid that early.
Just swinging really, really heavy. I mean, he nearly knocked him out with the breeze. It was that much of a heavy shot.
Already longer than his debut for Sangari, so I'd like to see that, not forcing anything that's not there, right? You want the big height, but it's not there. And now you see the opportunity to take this fight to the ground, and you do it. You know your opponent has submissions, but that was a great opportunity for a takedown. And Sangari is in mount immediately and trying to lock up the legs.
And I wonder whether this is against the script for Ahmad, you know, whether he was expecting this or whether he just thought he was facing a guy who's just going to stand and throw.
Imagine that was exactly what he expected, but Ahmad perhaps happy to be here right now, working from his back. Nearly had the sweep there, but Sangari showing, hey, I've got grappling chops as well. You saw my striking first time around, but look, I mean, he's been able to counter off a few sweep attempts. He's showing a pretty heavy mount right now and looking to posture up and strike a bit.
Yeah, this was not in the script when we were looking at this fight at all, seeing him down there in mount, dominating from top position. Now he's just got to try and free those hands and do some damage.
Nasty little crossface, and now look at this.
There we go.
Going to the back, that right arm is under the neck. You can see Ahmad trying to tuck the chin. It looks like he may have pulled free, but Sangari is not letting go. He does not have the hooks in on the back, so he's got to reestablish that position. But he is not wanting to let go of this neck right now. Right arm underneath. You see Sangari trying to reestablish the hooks. Can't do that, and that allows Ahmad to work back to his feet.
Yeah, good work by Ahmad. He fought the hands there, managed to loosen the grip, did just enough to get himself free.
Solid work from Saleh Ahmad. He's back on the feet now, thinking maybe guillotine. But a beautiful takedown from Sangari. Just lifted and slammed his opponent to the canvas, and the knockout artist is showing some grappling chops as well.
Decent positional control as well. He is the smaller man. He's
look at this.
Oh, here we go.
Little inverted attack there from Ahmad. But I hated to interrupt you there, but yeah, doing a great job on top. I mean, a brief moment of scare there from Ahmad, but Sangari reestablishing control.
Oh, here we go. He's looking to unload some ground and pound now. But his control of the top position is pretty impressive. He's Sangari doing a really good job on top as Ahmad tries to just work his way out. You know, he's not being passive down there. He's trying to escape. He's trying to improve his position. Sangari's done a really good job of maintaining top position. And here we go.
Look at this. Finish with a flurry. Man.
That's a great round from Sangari.
That is an incredible round. Clearly one that he takes in the judges' eyes, but more than that, just showing a plethora of skills. We talked about the quick knockout earlier, beware of those hands, but he's saying, look, I've got other skills to show you as well.
And before the fight, I talked about confidence. Who's more confident in their skill set? And if you're Ahmad sitting on your stool, your wheelhouse, you've just been dominated in the first fight for the first 3 minutes.
Great point.
He's now got to get past that mental block, trust in his own skills, and try and give Sangari something to think about in round 2, because at the moment, it's all Sangari.
Yeah, you take a look there in the corner of Salah Ahmad, and you wonder, you know, where is the confidence and what's the approach? What's he going to do next? You know, because as you take a look at some of the action here that unfolded in round number 1, we thought it was just going to be on the feet where Sangari was going to throw those big shots, but you look at some of these takedowns, nice work there, wrapping the body, hitting the little outside trip there, and then again, the control that he showed once is there. I mean, you can see he's trying to pull away the right arm for the base there, establishing the mount. Great work there as we head into round number 2.
And what this will also do for Sangari, it give him more confidence on the feet. He now knows that he's capable of dominating the fight on the mat. Give him even more confidence on the feet to really load up on those shots and try and do some damage.
That's a great point, right? He knows he's not out of his depth should the fight hit the ground. It allows him to be free, and now it's actually Sangari who's looking for the takedown again early in round number 2.
Just pushing the pace. He's putting the submission specialist on the back foot.
Ahmad able to survive the takedown attempt there, and we reset. And it's Ahmad who's driving the action to the cage here now. Working from the outside, a couple of knees there. Hands clasped behind the body.
Just trying to get the fight down and put himself in a dominant position for the first time in the fight.
And look at the reversal from Sangari, and he's reversed again. High-level grappling exchanges there.
Yeah, that was superb from Sangari, but then Ahmad was wise to it, saw it coming, and just completely rolled through. And now it's time for him to go to work. Let's see what he has on the mat.
Yep, Saleh Ahmad on top for the first time. Now you see, look, driving down. Got the forearm on the face. Cross face, trying to pull that left leg through. He does it, moves out the side control. Sangari trying to scramble up. But Ahmad steps over with the left leg, and now full mount for Saleh Ahmad. Sangari trying to hold the posture underneath to prevent his opponent from angling up and driving down strikes.
This is a dream scenario for an amateur fighter. This is happening in Ahmad's corner with his coach is literally on the other side of the fence, talking him through the positions.
Another great reversal there from Sangari, though, was able to stand up, turn inside, and now kind of not quite a dominant position. You see Ahmad on his left hip right now, maybe trying to attack this right arm. Yeah, you see he's got the attack in place, and this is going to be a battle of strength there. Sangari's got to try to tuck that arm back inside. Able to do so. Ahmad lets it go.
Again, just staying calm, not making any silly mistakes, keeping positionally sound on top. and just working his way into an improved position. And now come the strikes.
Now Sangari looking to capitalize in his moment. Once again, maybe trying to slip around to the back, not quite there, but he's gonna squeeze it anyway. Attacking that neck. Doesn't quite have the angle on it, but he can step over to the side if he can clear the side. Unable to do so. So another great reversal from Saleh Ahmad. Final seconds here ticking away. You heard the clapper there. Ahmad gonna deliver a few punches here late. Not gonna get the finish, but let's see if he can do some damage. And a nice finish to round number 2 for Saleh Ahmad.
Yeah, that was his best work of the fight so far, for sure. Was it enough to take the round? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's a much closer round than the first, obviously. That was dominated by Mamadou Sangari. That was a much more competitive round. Whether he won it or not on the scorecards, Ahmad can feel like he's got a foothold in this fight.
Absolutely.
And that might be all he needs going into the third. If he can get the fight down and put his own grappling to work against a fighter who might start tiring in round 3, that's when the mistakes start to creep in at this level. And you know, only need one mistake. If you can take advantage, you can completely turn the fight in your favor.
You take a look there, the replay of that action late in round number 2, punctuating his performance with some nice shots. Knew there wasn't really enough time to get the finish, but let's go ahead and just do some damage here late. He was able to do exactly that. I think potentially even going in here to round number 3, but as you said, round 2 very, very competitive. And you know, Sangari had that quick finish early on in his career. Now he's being forced to go to the 3rd round. Where's he at? Salah, submissions in both of his opening 2 matchups. Likely felt that, you know, his grappling game was a cut above, but he's finding somebody that's up to the task of equaling him. So we'll see potentially all to play for here in round number 3.
Yeah, it's good matchmaking this. Good matchmaking. 2 talented prospects who are capable of finishing fights. And we're learning more about their games as this fight progresses.
Yes, we are. Sangari able to slip out. He was trapped up against the fence there briefly, moves back outside of that range. Wow. Ahmad unleashing some big shots. Sangari trying to swing back as well. He was clipped by a big shot there. It's a submission artist showing some heavy hands. They're both showing that well-rounded game here.
And who'd have thought the submission artist is the one looking to throw the knockout shots against the knockout artist. This is quite the turnaround.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Got to be careful,
both
though.
trading now, though.
Sangari did land a big right hand in that exchange. He's trying to load up on the left. Oh, they're both trading big shots in tight. 2 minutes remain. High pace to start the 3rd round here. Big shots being exchanged on the feet.
This is great stuff.
It really is. A little bit of a smile from Sangari. It looked like they're teeing off. Ahmad landed a big left hand there. Again, he's keeping the proper range, right?
Nice little body shot there from Ahmad. I think that would be a good thing for him to go back to every now and again. Just try and sap that gas tank a little bit more, open up the head for later in the round maybe. But he's got a minute and a half to work.
Sangari showing some nice head movement there again. Moves away from the fence, more towards the center. But Salah staying in his face. Left hand from range there again. He doubles it up. We're showing big shot. Oh, nice combination landed clean there from Ahmad. Sangari swinging back with big right hands. But Ahmad pressing in, controlling from the outside. Forearm on the neck, driving it to the cage. Now looking to change levels here as we move into the final minute.
He knows he needs to win this round to give himself a chance to win this fight, and he's doing everything possible to do just that. He's the man in the ascendancy, and now he's got himself a takedown. Can he work? He's got to get his head free. But if he can get his head free, he's in a very, very good position here.
Yeah, Sangari, no pressure on her submission attack, really just kind of holding on there to prevent the pass.
Just 30 seconds left on the clock now.
Ahmad, potential to be in a dominant position. Sangari not let go, finally does. The punches kind of softened him up a little bit there, so he had to let go. And now Ahmad inside control here late in round number 3.
This has been a big round for Ahmad. He's done really well to sort of get himself back into the fight, and now he's had a pretty dominant last round to finish this round. And look what he's trying to snatch a late submission possibly.
Sangari able to slide past it there. Not able to really get his hands going though, so reversal position but no damage. Fight comes to an end. Ahmad popped to his feet. Both athletes put their hands in the air. I believe Ahmad did enough over those final 2 frames to take the decision, but
It's going to
very
hinge on
competitive round number 2.
all down to how the judges saw round number 2, which was a close round. Rounds 1 and 3, pretty clear cut, I think. Sangari taking 1, Ahmad taking 3. Round 2 was pretty close. Let's see what the judges thought of it. But certainly, Ahmad's corner are pretty convinced that their man has won, and perhaps they're not quite looking as confident in the Sangari corner. You can normally work out who's won the fight by the demeanor of both corners. And,
yeah, the athletes seem to know, the corners seem to know, right? But look, Mamadou Sangari, I think may end up coming up short here, but showed a lot of skills, right? Showed that he's got more to his game than just, you know, the heavy hands and the early striking.
Absolutely, 2 talented prospects, and I think I can see Matthew Perino just walking around the cage now, armed with the scorecards.
Decision is in. I think it's going the way of Saleh Ahmad, but we'll find out if the judges agree. Take it up to Matthew Perino for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a hand for these 2 amazing warriors. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Salih Zatel-Restamen.
No, Marza's got some fans in the building, John Morgan.
Yes, he does.
Big roar from the crowd as he was announced, big roar from the crowd as he arrived. Can you give him something to cheer about here as he seeks his 4th win?
No hesitation in moving forward, looking to strike. Nice leg kick there. You gotta be careful there. Dips down on that single, runs the pipe immediately. Beautiful little takedown. Now attacking the neck immediately. Referee Maza got to address this. There's pressure on the neck. You see Bulgarski trying to sit back, and that's one way to get out of it. Beautiful work from Referee Maza, who slams. Hasn't broken the grip yet, but he's gotten to the opposite side of the body, which makes the pressure nearly impossible there from underneath.
Another lively start, no messing around once again, but you can see, you know, Bogosu immediately looking to go for the neck.
Yep. Still controlling. He worked back to a half guard there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let go of it at the moment, does he? He's looking to just control position at the moment, trying to work out his next move.
Yeah, reference Maza slips back to side control again as a means of alleviating pressure on the neck. Difficult, not impossible, but quite difficult to get the finish from underneath in that position. Also leaves you in danger of being caught in a Von Flue choke. But right now, reference Maza staying in that position. There you see Bulgarski again trying to re-guard, and it's just, I do this, you do that. It's the perfect counter to the perfect counter, and that's the battle that's going on right here.
Human chess, jiu-jitsu, human chess, and that's what we're seeing playing out here. Smart defense from Maza on top, just keeping himself sort of perpendicular to his opponent, relieving that pressure, but maintaining top position as well.
And look at that, as soon as he pops his head through, Bulgarski immediately looks to attack the arm.
Yeah.
Chaining it together, knew the choke wasn't there, so tried to attack the arm, but Maza deals with that, escapes, and now he's on the back, throws the punches under the armpit, nice work. Bulgarski rolls a little bit, trying to escape free, and Maza staying on top has been in the final minute of the opening frame. Nice work. High-level action going on between these two early in their amateur careers.
It really is. It really is. I'm impressed with Maza's patience. He's shown a lot of patience, and Bulgarski is just chaining different attempts together just to try and grab some sort of dominance off his back. And look what he's looking here.
Trying to attack the arm there, but again, Maza, well aware of the threat, addresses it correctly, moves back to the feet.
Was it low? It looked close to being low.
Close to it, but we fight on. Now Maza unleashing the right hand there on the feet. Bulgarski tries the knee, instead it's Maza who lands the better one in tight. Final seconds here, what's been an entertaining and tactical opening round. High-level skills on display from these two. Reference Maza, big shot there. Right hand landed clean here. Lady sprawls out on the takedown. And excellent work in this opening round.
Huge right hand to end the round there. Real exclamation point for Maza, who had to employ a little bit of patience on the ground as he was fending off potential submissions. I don't think he was ever in any serious danger, but he had to make sure that he didn't make a tricky position turn into a dangerous one.
Absolutely.
Did that smartly, and then when he did get some separation on the feet, he started to let his hands go, and he landed 2 really big shots. And I'm looking over at Bulgursu's corner, and he does not look at 100% right now.
I agree. We take a look at some of the action here late. Saw there was a right hand that landed clean there. That uppercut underneath was one that really did the damage.
Good striking to end that round. And again, sometimes the work at the end of the round is the stuff that can really sway the judges. And I think he might, with those strikes, have taken that round. Although he was kind of on the defensive on the ground, even though he had top position. It's kind of a strange, tricky situation to score as a judge, but those strikes might have made the judge's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, I would think certainly so. And you hear the support for REZWANULLAH once again as he immediately goes to work, aggressive, firing the hands. Bulgursu, a couple of nasty low kicks there working from the outside. But I think he certainly got respect for the power of his opponent after the way that opening round ended.
He needs to be careful with the way he was sort of telegraphing his takedown attempts.
Yeah, he really did telegraph it. REZWANULLAH able to address that first, and Bulgursu a little quicker on that entry there. But you said it, he just snuffed out those early ones and countered with his hands.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. You don't want to be just throwing naked takedown attempts. You've got to throw something first and then throw the takedown attempt in behind it. Otherwise, you're running the risk of walking into something.
REZWANULLAH able to walk free after that clinch exchange. He's going to look to resume the striking. Has a nice left hand down the middle. Another straight left lands clean.
Beautiful shot. Didn't load up fully with it, but it's a good, strong scoring shot.
It was. Bulgursu, that's probably his most success that he's had is with those low kicks, but REZWANULLAH has been undeterred, just walking forward, throws the left hook there. Bulgursu is going to look for a takedown again here quickly, I imagine.
I get the impression that Marza thinks that he's got the measure of his opponent now. He's reading the takedown attempts, he's snuffing them at source, and he's starting to punish him with strikes, though he's got to be careful.
Yeah, you see Bulgursu trying to put a little squeeze on the neck there. It's not there, so REZWANULLAH pulls away. Oh, right hand landed clean. REZWANULLAH is feeling it right now. Bulgursu just tried to grab the leg, kind of set back, trying to pull guard. And if you're REZWANULLAH, I don't know if you might not just back away.
Yeah.
Get a chance to disengage here. I think you might want to just go back to the feet. I mean, he's clearly in a dominant position right here. Going to try to hammer fist away. But he was having some real success on the feet there.
You can see the confidence just coursing through him. He looks completely at home wherever this fight is right now. And I think he just needs to be a little bit careful in case he leaves his neck out there. But provided he does that, he's in a good spot. I think at the moment all Bulgursu's doing here is just buying himself a little bit of rest time. But
yeah, REZWANULLAH felt the potential, as you said, you know, not a dangerous threat, but he felt the potential for it. So he passed the legs to ensure his safety. And again, now he's posturing up. Bulgursu exposes the back, but he's rolling, looking for options. REZWANULLAH postures up here, and again, you know, 25 seconds here in round number 2. If he goes back to the stool, I got to imagine the corner saying, do not go back to the canvas again. I mean, you're giving Bulgursu an opportunity to attack you, an opportunity to recover. You can see right now he's trying to work the legs high. MAMADOU rolls with it. To his credit, is dealing with everything well and continuing to try to damage. They go to the feet in the final seconds here. A little stumble there against the cage for Maza. But he lands a big right hand over the top once again, and that's going to do it for round number 2. Another round that you got to believe is comfortably in the book for Noam REZWANULLAH.
The big question now is, do you want to go and get a finish? Do you want to add a finish to your record and maybe claim knockout number 3? Because I think the opportunity is there for him now. If he keeps the fight standing, doesn't rush his own work, doesn't crowd his own work, just stalks him up against the cage and starts hitting him with some straight shots, I could see the finish coming. I think he's hurt his man at least 2 or 3 times just by throwing good straight shots. And I think the finish could be there for him if he stays consistent, stays disciplined, and doesn't get involved in any of the grappling exchanges up against the cage.
I would completely agree with you. I mean, his best opportunities have been on the feet. There's no reason to get involved in the grappling whatsoever. Not that he's incapable there. I mean, we've praised his tactical awareness in dealing with everything. But, I mean, that's really, as far as we can see thus far, the only opportunity that Bogersu has to win this fight. So why even give it to him?
That's it. Don't even give him the chance. Bogersu just having a little word for the man upstairs before he starts the final round.
Yep, a little centering moment there. We'll see if Referee Maza is as aggressive as he has been in the opening 2 rounds. Again, those leg kicks have been successful for Bogersu, and it will open up high kicks as well the more he has success with it. Thought about ducking in for the takedown. Maza confident as he strides forward looking to strike.
And you see he's keeping his distance a lot more. He's not stepping in quite as much. He's just taking the center of the cage, probing for opportunities, and then loading up with the big shots.
Oh, Bogersu did swing back with a nice right hand. But yeah, I believe Referee Maza probably got the same advice in his corner that we were trying to give him as well, which is just stay here.
Yeah, he's got a clear advantage in the stand-up, but if you're Bogersu, you've got to try some stuff now. You know, whether it's on the feet or on the ground, you need something big to turn this fight in your favor.
Yeah, you're down on the cards. You got to make something happen. He's trying to duck in here. And to his credit, that's where he's had opportunities. Does slip around to the back here. Maza, again, does a good job of spinning inside. Tries to kick off the cage there.
Yeah, he's doing the basics right. His fundamentals are pretty sound, aren't they, Maza? Whenever he needs to improve his position to get out of danger, he's doing it. He's recognizing the danger and he's just changing his position. And that, to be honest, has been as impressive as his striking has been.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really has. And again, I mean, we're talking about athletes competing at the amateur level. Bogersu, some real grappling skills and clearly a durable character. But Referee Maza, I mean, there's definitely something there. Yeah. Tactical awareness is good. The execution is good. He's got some power in his hands as well. If it was against, you know, a lesser quality athlete, he may have had the finish earlier on because he's landed some big shots.
Yeah, and I think he's in a position now where he wants to just avoid any danger. But when he gets out into the open, that's when he can go back to his work and see if he can add a finish to his resume.
Minute remaining here in the 3rd round. Bout that you would assume Maza is up on in the cards. Here late, Bogersu still looking to attack, looking to make something happen, but eats a jab there for his troubles.
Credit to Bogersu, like he's down on the scorecards. He's been taking the lion's share of the punishment, but he's still trying. He's still trying stuff. He's still in there. He's pushing forward. He's still looking to win this fight, even though the odds are stacked against him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, the low kicks have been effective for him. The takedowns, you know, if you had more of a driving type double, maybe it would serve him well because he kind of lean down. But there he's lands a couple of big shots on the feet. But if he could be a little more explosive through these moments, a little quicker, because he's allowing Maza a chance to react, to sprawl out, to kick his legs back, I should say, like he is there, which is preventing the takedown. A little cut here, late. Got a little leaking going on here. Bogersu pushing until the very end, looking for the takedown, won't get it. As you said, credit to his durability and his, you know, persevering until the very end, but a fight that I believe Noam Referee Maza will probably walk away with a decision win.
Yeah, and he's someone, I think, you need to keep an eye on.
Agreed.
He looks like he's got his fundamentals down pat. He showed that today in that performance, and I think there's a lot to work with for his team. And if he continues to put on good performances like that, you know, I think we're going to see a fair bit more of him inside this Apollo MMA cage.
Yeah, you take a look at some of the work here in round number 3. Bogersu was doing his best to get this fight to the ground where he had some success, but Maza was up to the task till the very end, sprawling out, preventing the takedown, staying upright, and likely claiming a decision win. We'll see if the judges agree with the way we saw it. Bogersu has raised his hand a couple of times, maybe more wishful thinking than anything, but I mean, look, there's some skills there for sure. He's got some things to build on, and could potentially have a bright future as well. But Noam Maza looks like somebody that, as you said, remember the name, keep an eye on. We'll hope to see more of him here in the Apollo MMA cage. Saw him compete for the precursor organization, Bushido MMA, but now it's a new chapter, the inaugural event. Apollo MMA 1, the vision of Gökhan Yıldızlı, is investing into this market, hoping to help build the careers of Belgian athletes, giving them a platform to perform. These two athletes certainly utilized that tonight. We believe that Noah Maza may have done enough to get his hand raised, but there's one man who knows. It is Matthew Perino, who has the scores in his hand. He is making his way to the cage now. We'll take it up to him to make this all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Noam Prefers Maza.
All right, featured preliminary bout, final amateur bout of the evening. We go to the professional ranks for our main card after this, including our championship headliner here at Apollo MMA 1. Iskender Salamatov, the smaller man, but no lack of confidence in there.
Zero nerves.
None whatsoever, leaping forward with the front kick there. Gogishvili on the outside to start. 4-0, 4 knockouts in his career thus far. He'll certainly be looking to add another one, but right now he's realizing he has got a live opponent on the other side, breaking out the spitting stuff early.
I'm not sure the cameras picked this up during the intros, but Salamatov was practicing showtime kicks off the cage early on during Gogishvili's walkout, so he's clearly got an eye for the spectacular, this lad.
Yes, he does. Leaps in with a shot to the body there. Again, just walking forward in his debut, brimming with confidence. Gogishvili stumbles him a little bit with the leg kick there, and Gogishvili studying for now, taking his time, has yet to really attack. Maybe not really sure what to expect out of his live wire of an opponent.
I mean, what we can say already is that when Salamatov decides he's going to go, he really goes. There's no half measures. And there we go again. And Gogishvili's starting to read him now, and he's beginning to counter. So he's downloading the information, and now he's going to look to act on it.
Salamatov had the nice little step-in combination, but there he goes. He tries in. Gogishvili backs away. Nasty low kick there from Gogishvili. That one made a thud. Oh! Clean right hand. Salamatov deals with it well. Gogishvili chops the leg once again. And as you said, the information appears to have been downloaded. He seems to be starting the attack. Salamatov tries to rush in from distance. Gogishvili deals with that well, looking for the throw.
Beautiful adjustment to keep it standing there.
Salamatov on the outside. He's got the body wrap. He's trying to pick that ankle. You can see he's reaching down, trying to grab that left leg, and Gogishvili just muscles him off. True Georgian alpha behavior there. Now Salamatov trying to wing these wild punches together. Avoids another nasty low kick there. Gogishvili looking for the, tried the knee up the middle, came with the high kick. Salamatov fortunately put the guard up just in time. And nearly steps into a knee there, did Salamatov. Looking for this takedown here late. Here the clapper, final 10 seconds here of round number 1. Salamatov, we said no fear in taking the matchup, no fear in the execution out there. He's looking for this takedown late. But Gogishvili will stay on his feet. Interesting round to score, right? Because, I mean, it really was Salamatov who was doing the majority of the work, though I do feel like Gogishvili in the little that he had was more effective. So I'm a little bit torn on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Gogishvili knows he's in a fight. That's the first thing we need to say. Secondly, Salamatov has gone in there and really pushed the pace of Gogishvili. But what we saw from like the midpoint of the round onwards, Gogishvili was starting to read him, and every time they came together, Gogishvili hit him with something powerful, tried to punish him for every time he got close. The knees to the body, I think, are probably what won him the round.
Yep.
He hit him with about 3 or 4 in the last minute and a half of that round, and I think they were the most effective strikes that we saw landed, other, of course, than that big right hand that he connected with that looked to stun Salamatov ever so slightly.
Take a look there, Salamatov. Again, no shortage of confidence in his approach. Realizes he's in against a big, strong opponent, so it looks like he's trying to use the speed and the creativity to his advantage.
doesn't look like a debutant, though, does he?
He does not at all. Gogashvili now in the center here as we start round number 2. Was patient in that opening round, really didn't start to open up until about the halfway point of the round. Now it looks like he's going to start a little earlier. That was a nasty leg. That one hurt him. Yep, Salamatov, that one hurt. He's shooting from range, and look at that, drives through and gets the takedown. Gogashvili, though, quickly back to his feet, looked for the foot sweep, it wasn't there. Now he's defending against the cage. Wide stance here as he sprawls. Salamatov deserves a lot of credit for his aggression.
He really does, and Gogashvili, I think, has hit Salamatov with 3 really punishing low calf kicks, and we can see they're starting to mount up now, and that's what prompted the shot.
Yeah.
But there we go, knees to the body. We had some of those in the first round as well. Gogashvili's just making sure that every time there's an exchange, he's just adding to the damage, and I think that's the difference at the moment. Salamatov's just trying to blitz in and land something huge. Hasn't been able to catch him clean yet.
Threw that big right hand, nearly took himself off the feet. Left hand over the top there, though. As you said, Gogashvili just walking forward, front kick there, defending the takedown here, pulls the leg free.
Oh. Eye problem.
I didn't see the blow. Oh, yeah, he's definitely holding the eye. I didn't see the poke. We did get a timeout. I don't think the fight was not waved off. It was a timeout. You heard the crowd react a little bit. You saw the hands go in the air for Gogashvili. But we've got a timeout here. Gogashvili being instructed to go to the neutral corner there. And our referee, Jean-Philippe Carboni, is trying to evaluate the eye, taking a look at it. I believe we're going to call the physician in to take a look at it. Salamatov, we're going to take a look at the replay and see what happened here. And right there, I think maybe a thumb to the eye right there, yeah.
Yeah, there was no strike thrown, was there?
No, I think it was the thumb. Great work from the production team there to isolate that. It looked like the thumb might have gone in as he was trying to press away. The fingers wrapped him. And again, it's not intentional. You're trying to press away on the head, but you have to be really, really aware of it. They're taking a look at it. I don't know if they had the chance to see. Gogashvili's wondering what's happening. I'm trying to say, I think it was the thumb. He's saying, I promise it didn't. It looked, and the photographer's actually showing the referee as well. I love it. Everybody teaming together, the other technology. We may not be in Las Vegas tonight, but we're working to get the best replays available we can.
This is it. But this is an interesting one, right? So, I mean, Gogashvili, he didn't do anything deliberate.
No,
right?
certainly not deliberate.
No, and he's obviously dumbfounded. He's not aware.
We're going to take another look at the replay here.
I don't know if he can see a screen from where he is. He's having a look. But there was nothing.
Oh, so Gogashvili is saying it was that kick. But I think I think it was that thumb as he pressed away. I think Gogashvili was saying it was the front kick that he thinks landed and caused the damage. There was the front kick at the initial exchange. But it is interesting because if it's the kick that caused it, and they're going to wave it off.
Unfortunate. Interesting.
That's going to be a TKO. Jean-Philippe Carboni is making it clear, and I appreciate that because that allows us to instantaneously declare it to you as well. He's saying it was the legal strike that landed, which would be the kick. So they're saying, yes, it was the kick, and that's what Gogashvili, to his credit, was saying as well. Yeah. So they're saying they went back and they watched the replays. You saw the referee. Credit to Jean-Philippe Carboni. He's getting all information he can. The photographer was showing him frames of what happened, and they're saying that kick was the legal kick that did the damage, not what potentially the push that we thought it might have been, and therefore that is going to be a TKO finish. And by the way, you know, an interesting way to get there, but the Georgian Alpha now 5-0 with 5 knockouts.
Yes, and you know, it's unfortunate for Salamatov that he loses with an eye injury, and hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Right.
But it was a legitimate strike that did the damage.
Yep.
So in that regard, it's just one of those things. You know, these things happen inside the cage. So
credit to the officials, man, for really walking through everything, getting all the available information to them, and making the decision. I'll say it again. Credit again to Iskender Salamatov, who came in here and took this very difficult assignment. But in the end, it's Lasha Gogashvili, 5-0, 5 knockouts. Let's take it up to Matthew Perino. to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jean-Philippe Carboni has called a stop to the action after reviewing the footage, declaring the winner by TKO at 1 minute 21 seconds of the second round, the Georgian Alpha, Lasha Gogishvili.
Well, to his credit, Lasha Gogishvili was saying the whole time, I promise I didn't poke him. He was over there on the side showing front kick. It was the front kick. And the replay showed it was the front kick. So all credit in the world to SKANDER Salamata for taking this assignment. I mean, even once he got in there, it was clear he was a smaller man. He was trying to use the speed, the creativity, his advantage, but the Georgian Alpha gets it done.
And again, another one, note the name, Lasha Gogishvili, the Georgian Alpha. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this man as his career progresses.
I agree. That is a name to remember. Obviously, the country of Georgia just continues to churn out talent, man. A real mixed martial arts hotbed. And Lasha Gogishvili may be the next one of those Georgian athletes to put on your list. Impressive performance. And what a way to close out the preliminary card here at Apollo MMA 1. La Sucrerie in Wavre, Belgium, playing host to an incredible card. We're going to have a brief break now before we shift to our main card. 5 professional bouts coming to you, including a championship fight in our main event. Cedric Lashima, Jason Radcliffe, all that coming to you soon. Stick with us. Apollo MMA 1.